Chapter 2: The World in a Wall. Learning Objectives: 1. To learn to take care of pets. 2. Understanding how to be compassionate. Warm up. Look at the pictures of the pets you can find on a farm. Create a pet week, choosing one pet for each day. Research on that pet. For example, hen. Research about hens, their different species, why they are important to us, and how to save them. Create a poster and share it with your friend. Gerald Durrell, 1925 to 1995, was a British naturalist, zookeeper, conservationist, author, and television presenter. As a prolific and popular author, Durrell wrote many books that reflect his love of animals. He was an eloquent spokesman for wildlife. He devoted his life to the preservation of wild animal species and in 1958 created a wildlife preserve on the Channel Island of Jersey dedicated to scientific research and protecting endangered species. Durrell received an OBE in 1982 and was featured in the United Nations Roll of Honor for Environmental Achievement in 1988. Do you have any pets? Have you ever seen an animal or an insect being the cause of great confusion where many people got affected? Gerald Durrell, the writer of the story, takes home a scorpion and its babies without knowing the chaos they could create. The writer as a boy shares his experience through this story. One day, I found a flat female scorpion in the wall, wearing what at first glance appeared to be a light brown fur coat. Closer inspection proved that this strange garment was made up of a mass of tiny babies clinging to the mother's back. I made up my mind to smuggle them into the house and up to my bedroom so that I might keep them and watch them grow up. With great care, I maneuvered the mother and family into a matchbox and then hurried to the villa. It was rather unfortunate that just as I entered the door, lunch should be served. However, I placed the matchbox carefully on the mantelpiece in the drawing room so that the scorpions should get plenty of air. Then I made my way to the dining room and joined the family for the meal. Dawdling over my food, feeling Roger surreptitiously under the table and listening to the family arguing, I completely forgot about my exciting new pets. At last, Larry, having finished, fetched the cigarettes from the drawing room and lying back in his chair, he put one in his mouth and picked up the matchbox he had brought. I watched him interestingly as, still talking glibly, he opened the matchbox. Now I maintain to this day that the female scorpion meant no harm. She was upset and annoyed at being shut up in a matchbox for so long, and so she chose the first chance to escape. She crawled to the box rapidly, her babies clinging on, and scuttled on to the back of Larry's hand. There, not quite certain what to do next, she paused, her sting curved up. Larry, feeling the movement of her claws, glanced down to see what it was, and from that moment things got increasingly confused. Larry uttered a roar of fright that made Lagorezia drop a plate and brought Roger out from beneath the table, barking wildly. With a flick of his hand, Larry sent the scorpion flying down the table and she landed midway between Margot and Leslie, scattering her babies like confetti as she thumped on the cloth. Angry at this treatment, the creature sped towards Leslie. Her sting quivering, Leslie leaped to his feet, overturning his chair and flicked out with his napkin. This sent the scorpion rolling across the cloth towards Margot, who let out a scream that any railway engine would have been proud to produce. Mother, completely bewildered by this sudden chaos, put on her glasses and peered down the table, and at that moment Margot, in an attempt to stop the scorpion's advance, hurled a glass of water at it. The shower missed the animal completely but drenched Mother, who, not being able to stand cold water, lost her breath and sat gasping, unable even to protest. The scorpion had now gone to the ground under Leslie's plate, while her babies moved wildly all over the table. Roger ran round and round the room, barking hysterically. "Is that boy again?" bellowed Larry. "Look out! Look out! They're coming!" screamed Margot. "All we need is a book," roared Leslie. "Don't panic! Hit him with a book!" "What on earth's that matter with you all?" Mother kept asking, mopping her glasses. "Is that boy? He'll kill a lot of us. Look at the table, knee deep in scorpions. Quick! Quick! Do something! Look out! Look out! Stop screeching and get a book, for God's sake!" "You're worse than the dog. Shut up, Roger!" "By the grace of God, I wasn't bitten. Look out! There's another one. Quick! Quick! Oh, shut up and get me a book or something. Look out! It's coming towards me. Quick! Quick! Do something! Hit it with your knife. Your knife! Go! Oh, hit it!" Since no one had bothered to explain things to him, Roger was under the impression that the family were being attacked, and that it was his duty to defend them. As Lagorezia was the only stranger in the room, he came to the logical conclusion that she must be responsible party, so he bit her in the ankle. This did not help matters very much. By the time a certain amount of order had been restored, all the baby scorpions had hidden themselves under various plates and bits of cutlery. Eventually, after much pleading, and backed up by Mother, Leslie's suggestion that the whole lot be killed was quashed, while the family, still simmering with rage and fright, retired to the drawing room. I spent half an hour rounding up the babies, picking them up in a teaspoon and returning them to their mother's bag. Then I carried them outside on a saucer with the utmost reluctance, released them on the garden wall. Gerald Durrell. Find meaning, smuggle, convey, secretly. Maneuvered, here, managed to put, managed to direct. Dawdling, slowly and idly eating. Surreptitiously, secretly. Talking, glibly. Speaking quickly, fluently. Scuttled, ran away. Confetti, a small piece of colored paper showered on a bridal couple. Quivering, vibrating with a slight rapid motion. Flicked, hit, mopping her glasses, here wiping her spectacles to be able to see more clearly. Was under the mistaken impression, had got the wrong idea. Quashed, dismissed, retired, went back. Exercises. Creative expression. Tell your story. Assume you are acting like these animals for a day. Now look at the pictures and do as mentioned. Tell your friend your story about how you felt as a bunny, hamster, parrot or a chicken. Bound like a bunny, scurry like a hamster, talk like a parrot, peck like a chicken. Cross-curricular connect. Learning by doing. Shyam is writing about what he did during the whole week. Read the table aloud and create your own weekly planner. Monday, A. Shyam planted a tree. Tuesday, B. Shyam helped his mother in household. Wednesday, C. Shyam packed a gift for his friend. Thursday, D. Shyam colored a flower card for a friend's birthday. Friday, E. Shyam played with friends in the park. Saturday, F. Shyam writes in his book and study for exam. Sunday, G. Shyam planning his entire week. Critical thinking. Let's play a game. Wild and pet animals part 2. Am I pet or wild animal? Categorize them as wild or pet in the column provided below. Find 6 animal names in the word search below. Do you have a pet? Yes or no? Which animal is it? What is its name? Logical thinking. My pet. Hi there, my name is Chloe and this is my pet. His name is Toby. It is a dog. It is very big and tall. It has 2 long ears and a big nose. It also has a beautiful smile. Toby feels happy and excited when we play with him. He likes going to the park and eating carrots. He can run fast but he can't jump. He is a very friendly pet. Training plan. Exercise time. A. Answer the following questions. 1. Why did the writer place matchbox on the mantelpiece? Answer. The writer placed the matchbox carefully on the mantelpiece in the drawing room so that the scorpions should get plenty of air. 2. Why did the writer leave the scorpion unattended? Answer. The author was so enthralled by the female fat scorpion that he wanted to smuggle the scorpion family into his bedroom so that he could always keep an eye on them. So the writer left the scorpion unattended. 3. What made Larry roar with fright? Answer. When Larry realized that the scorpion was crawling on the back of his hand, he uttered a roar of fear. 4. Why did mother lose her breath and sit gasping? Answer. When Margot hurled a glass of water at the scorpions, it completely missed the animals and drenched mother, who, not being able to stand with cold water, lost breath and sat gasping at the end of the table. 5. What were some of the members of the family wanted to do the scorpions? Answer. Some of the other family members wanted to hit the arm of the scorpions. 6. Whom did Roger attack in the confusion? Why? Answer. Roger attacked Lucrezia in all the chaos because she was the only stranger in the room, so Roger thought that she was the one responsible for all the chaos. 7. What did Geralt finally do with the scorpions? Answer. Finally, Geralt collected the scorpions and released them on the garden wall. Find their meaning. 1. Talking glibly. Answer. Speaking with careless ease. 2. Confetti. Small piece of colorful paper. 3. Scuttled. Run hurriedly. 4. Quivering. Trembling. 5. Flicked. Strike or propel with a sudden quick movement of the fingers. 6. Quashed. Reject as invalid. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. Complete the passage with the given phrases or words. Holidays are meant for rest and respiration. The great strain on the brain of the students of having to remain constantly engaged in studies during the academic session, recreation like walking in the open air, daily pursuits, some outdoor games should be rowing and playing put upon, traveling, broadens mental and physical mental outlooks and increases knowledge. Take the right options. 1. The World in a Wall is about scorpion and the reaction of dash towards it. A. Family. B. Author. C. Friends. Answer. A. Family. 2. Release them onto the wall in the garden. A. Gary. B. Larry. C. Roger. Answer. A. Gary. Match the following. Column A. Column B. 1. Enraptured. To be intensely delighted. 2. Maneuvered. Made planned movements. 3. Surreptitiously. Secretly. 4. Impending. Approaching. 5. Glibly. Smoothly. 6. Pandemonium. Chaos. 7. Impassioned. Emotional. 8. Reluctance. Unwillingness. 9. Siesta. Midday sleep. Conceptual understanding. 1. Do you think it was wise of Geralt to spend the afternoon away from home? Give reasons. 2. who seemed the most calm through the entire episode with the scorpions? What gives you that impression? Do it yourself. Communication. Writing skills. Your teacher will read out some sentences from the extract. Listen carefully and identify the speakers. Reading skills. The pet store. Lucy, Joey, Mon and Dad went to the pet store because Lucy and Joey wanted a pet. There were lots of pets at the pet store. There were rabbits, birds, fish, puppies, kittens, turtles, lizards, snakes and guinea pigs. Mon was scared of the snakes. We are not getting a snake, said Mon. Yuck, they are scary. Joey wanted to get a puppy. No, we are getting a puppy. No, we are not getting a puppy, said Dad. They cost too much money. Joey then decided he wanted a bird, but Lucy decided she wanted a rabbit. We are only getting one pet, said Mom. So you need to agree on one pet or we won't get one. Finally, Lucy and Joy agreed on getting a kitten. They were small and cute. Joey and Lucy picked out a black and white kitten and decided to name her Bonnie. Listening and speaking skills. Discuss about the new principal of your school. Nitesh. Good morning, Shivam. Shivam. Good morning, Nitesh. Nitesh. Do you know our principal is retiring next month? Shivam. Yes, I've heard about this. But who will be our next principal? Nitesh. Our class teacher told us that Mr. Malhotra will take over the charge. Shivam. Oh, you mean our vice principal? Nitesh. Yes, that's right. Shivam. Is he also strict like our present principal? Nitesh. No, our class teacher told that he is liberal. He treats every student as an individual and nourishes his or her hidden qualities. Shivam. Come on, the bus is coming. We will discuss further in the school. Nitesh. Okay, let's go. Let's learn spellings. Complete the spelling with correct letters. 1. Inspection. 2. Mantelpiece. 3. Scattering. 4. Bewildered. 5. Hysterically. 6. Eventually. Let's learn grammar. You know that a complete sentence has a subject and a predicate. The predicate always has a verb. A verb is generally followed by an object that completes the meaning of the sentence. Two kinds of objects may follow the verbs: direct object and indirect object. To determine if a verb has a direct object, ask questions beginning with whom or what after the verb. I met a stranger. Answer the question, met whom. She eats an apple daily. Answer the question, eats what. Vocabulary time. A. Write whether the words in bold are direct object or indirect object. 1. She will help you with your homework. 2. He gave them a bag full of money. 3. He offered her a flower. 4. My friend sent me a greeting card. 5. Jeevan sold me his car. Do it yourself.